Hey, Craig.
Let's get into some coffee talk.
Hey, I love it. I love doing some coffee talk.
Well, talk about what?
Dogs, daughters, whatever. It's coffee talk.
Coffee talk.
It's a coffee talk.
Oh, coffee with Craig.
Did you just spill some coffee on your shoulder?
I think I did. You should start a new talk called Coffee with Craig.
Coffee with Craig. Hey, this is Craig. We're going to have some coffee with Craig.
But you have to talk about that the whole time.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of work.
Let's talk about power in process. And dude, it's so, what a great interview from yesterday with two powerhouses that we're going to do for a secret upcoming project.
Ooh, is that a spoiler alert?
Yeah, maybe, but we won't talk about it any further. But we talked a lot about process yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Like an incredible amount.
Yep. It was amazing how the two different interviews really had the same spirit behind them about how important process is.
These are two agents that just slaughter it. Not even crush it. They slaughter it. Brutally slaughter it.
Brutally.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But a lot of conversation went around process and accountability.
Yeah. Some light bulbs really went off, I think, for both of us, because one of them was talking about service processes, and we're like, oh, it's the same thing, basically, that we do on the sales side, just for service.
Yep.
It was amazing.
Yeah. But it all comes back, like even the frameworks for that were very similar to the sales side that person brought up. And the key to, and even, there's just so much of the conversation, and it all stemmed from the same thing, process, a rock solid process, working backwards from the end goal, working backwards to the granularly to what you're doing almost hourly in the agency to make sure that those results happen.
Yeah. You've got to.
But I don't have enough time to do all that.
You don't? You don't have enough time to not do that. Right. The reason why you're too busy in the office is because you haven't built those frameworks.
Right.
I mean, you can
so what do I do?
You have to know which processes are important to establish, right? That's what is ultimately going to free your time. Because if you're an operator, right, you're caught up in the whirlwind, and you're an operator. Operator, give me the 921. No, if you're an operator of the agency, man, I mean, you never are free. You can't leave, right? Or you leave and it becomes chaos when you leave.
Right. It does.
That. You're at the beach and you're on your phone and you're doing your email and oh man, no way.
Right. Yeah, 100%. It's crazy. And it sometimes, dude, it takes time to, so.
Gotta take a little time.
I found myself in this situation multiple times, and I might currently be in this situation, but sometimes you need to put in extra time, off hours or whatever, to get to that point so you save time. You need to put in extra time to save time, right?
It doesn't even take that long.
No, it doesn't. But mentally it does. Mentally, because you've known that you had to do it for months, days, weeks, months, years, sometimes tens of years, right? You know that it needs to be. And that burden is heavy.
Yeah. Well, so at my agency, we wanted to have processes for overcoming objections, right? Because that was what everybody had struggled with. They're like, oh, they're letting them go right if they ask, and the person says spouse there. And so I said, okay, let's sit down and let's build out what we're going to say in all these things so we have a uniform and consistent way that we approach all of these objections. So, I said, we got up on the whiteboard in the conference room and started writing them down. What do they say? Why didn't they buy? Why didn't all 10 of your quotes yesterday buy? Spouse, not enough money, want to think about it, right? It's all the usual suspects. And then we broke them down. What do you say in each of these situations?
Right. That's it.
Yeah. And you can do the same thing for cancellation process, for birthdays, whatever you're going to do, you just write it down. And then it's not, you're not running around, oh, wait, did I do that? Oh, did I do that? Like, you have your list of all the stuff that needs to get done and the people that do those things. And then you just meet with them once a week. Hey, Tony, how's the cancellation audit going? Oh, good. Yep. Okay. No, but by good, what do you, I mean, how many did you call? How many did you get in hold of? And how many did you take payments for and save? Right. So let's get specific on what the metrics are that we need. Metrics.
Yeah. It's crazy too. When it comes to like overcoming objections and all that stuff, think about this. Somebody put it very clear to us how they handle it. You take out a piece of paper. What do you do? Right. Yep. Then write down what you do. Then with what you do, what are the challenges with that?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And then how can we handle those challenges?
Uh-huh.
You literally ask, just be the secretary in this situation. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Ask your team, what do you do? What are the challenges? And what's a good way to overcome that? And get them everybody involved. They'll give you the answers.
Yep. And if they won't say anything, you just like, cause they're going to give you the reasons, all the reasons why they can't do it or all the different stuff. You just take the paper and you don't even look at them. And you just keep saying, and what else? And you just, look down at the paper. And what else? And just ask them, keep asking them, what else? You're going to get a whole slew of all of the information you need to put this thing together. And you want to also think about what's your objective? What are you trying to accomplish by doing that thing? Right? What's your goal? Yep. From, why are you doing it just to do it? Or what are you trying to do from the cancellation audit? What are you trying to do from sending birthdays? What are you trying to do? What is your outcome? Is it to cross-sell? Yep. Is it retention? Whatever it is, you got to move the needle towards that.
Yeah. Yep. That's it. And doing something that simple will help create that clarity. I always see, how many times do you see agents in online groups and stuff like that? They always want like, oh, if I went in there right now and said, I have a process on how to do something, everybody's like, oh, send it to me.
Send it. Yeah.
Everybody has an inbox of all these processes and emails, right? Nobody does anything. Take out a piece of paper and just start writing. That is the best way to really get involved in this, because build it yourself. Build it yourself because you're going to come to a lot of epiphanies. To Craig's point, maybe doing one of your audits, maybe you're doing some sort of action in the agency that just doesn't make sense. Maybe we can allocate that time to something that'll produce something better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get wrapped around the whole, I have to know how to do it. I have to know which one's the best one. Let me keep looking until I find it. But it's like, dude, execute, right? You have to take action and just do it. We've had a billion coffee talks where it's just do it, right? But literally the only way that you get there is by doing it. Write it down and then start doing it. Hey, Patty, we are going to do this. And when we meet next week, we're going to talk about the results that you had from this week. Are you clear on the process? Yes. Perfect. Yep. So we're setting our next meeting for a week from today, and we're going to go over. I expect, this many dials, this many contacts, this many whatever, right? And then come back and hold them accountable, right? The person we talked to yesterday had, she said that she expects 2 quotes out of her service team every single day. 2 quotes. Right? They're talking to 50 people, 80 people, whatever, however many people, 2 quotes. And if they don't get 2 quotes, then she brings it up and calls them out in front of everybody. And then the next day they need to get 4. And then the next day they need to get 6 until either they're not going to be here. Right? Because we're a sales organization. At the end of the day, we are a sales organization. And if we're not making sales, we're dying.
Yep. 100%.
100.
You can't do that in public, dude.
Yeah. No.
Not as of this date.
No. Too many suspended spittles.
Right. Okay. So that was an awesome coffee talk. I think that get that blank page out, create that process, just do it. And you know what else to do right now? Pick up your phone. Okay. I'm going to wait for a second. So you pick up. Okay. Pick up your phone. Go into text messages.
Okay. I'm there.
Click the top or write a new message.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the number bar of that, type in 520
okay
214 2219 and say hello Mr. Jason, hello Mr.
I'll
Craig.
do it right now. Hello Mr. Jason, and then you say what I wrote.
Okay,
just sent it.
Did you really?
Yep. This is really good radio.
This is really good. This is really good. But this is the bottom line. It goes straight to our phones. We're going to text right back.
Did you get it?
And hello, Mr. Jason. You're stinky. Thank you.
Yes, that is what I wrote.
And I can respond to you. Now, this is where it's going to be me and Craig. So just hit us up. We're going to be sending people shirts, coffee talk mugs, coffee talk mugs.
You can
maybe even a giant blanket with our faces.
Oh, it is so comfortable. My son Kenzo was walking around the house with that blanket wrapped around him this morning because it was a chilly 35 in Tucson last night.
And Brandon got the tights. He literally has tights with our faces on.
Oh no! Wow.
Yeah.
I got the tights and tried to have my wife. She doesn't want them.
Yeah. And if you want to know more about telemarketing and all that, we have a separate podcast now, Teledudes, Telemarketing Telefunnels, where we talk all about that process and how there's a ton of agents around the country right now crushing it with their own telefunnels, telemarketing telefunnels. So just search on the little bar on whatever you're listening to. Just search for Teledudes.
Yeah, it's in there.
It's in there. Okay, Mr. Craig.
All right. Well, we'll see you later. Have a good weekend, Mr. Jason.
You have a better weekend.
Oh, no. You have an even better
coffee.
Yeah, Bobby.
Hey, Jason.
Yes, Mr. Craig.
That was another awesome episode, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if people want to get a little bit more action and learn how to write 100,000 in premium, off of even the worst internet leads, where could they go?
They can go to live.teledudes.com.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Are we going to be there?
Yes. It's a weekly call that we're doing right now it's live, and it will show you the process. The entire process is super awesome.
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sign up right now, live.teledudes.com.
live.teledudes.com. That's live.teledudes.com.
Hey, Craig, there's a new community that we are starting that I cannot wait to tell everybody about. It is our live texting community where you and I are going to answer people's questions and give them free content, right?
Are you kidding me? We get to talk to them?
Yeah, which is awesome, but they have to opt in. They have to text us at 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
Nice.
Craig, are you going to respond to these texts?
I'm going to respond to them for sure. Live.
I'm into it too. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be our new texting community where we're going to get back to everybody that we can and drop some crazy content, free content, and free the calculator that you just came up with. That's right. The calling calculator, sales material. I mean, everything for insurance agents. This is it. It's the best texting community out there for insurance agents.
Well, what the heck is that number again? I can't remember it.
It's 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
I love it. I'm going to text it right now.
520-214-2219.
All right. I'll see you later, Mr. Jason.
Bye, Mr. Craig.
Wait, do they even listen to this on the radio anymore?
I love it. I love it.
Nice.